What if the man telling the story was the one writing the ending? The one holding the pen and the knife? In the quiet Macedonian town of Kičevo, a chilling story was unfolding. A respected journalist, Vlado Tănăschi, reported on a string of brutal murders with uncanny detail. He was the town's guide through the darkness, trusted, relied upon. But what if the guide was leading them into a trap of his own making? Behind his byline, a horrifying secret festered. This is the story of a man who lived in two worlds, the storyteller and the predator. By day, Tănăschi was a fixture in his community. By night, a different man emerged. He didn't just report on monsters, he was one. What happens when the person you trust to expose evil is the evil itself? In Vlado Tănăschi's case, the line between observer and participant was erased, the story he chased was his own, and the final shocking chapter was one no one could have seen coming. In 2005, Kičevo was a peaceful town until the nightmare began. Mitra Simjanowska, a retired cleaning lady, vanished. Her body was found, bound and discarded. Fear spread quickly. Doors locked early, streets emptied at dusk. The victims were elderly women, poor, living alone, the forgotten grandmothers of the town. The killer was methodical, leaving a signature torture, then strangulation with a telephone cord. It happened again, and again. Ljubica Likoska, Zivana Temelkoska, always the same pattern. Each disappearance was followed by a frantic search, then a gruesome discovery. The police were overwhelmed, the community desperate for answers. The killer seemed invisible, a phantom haunting their lives. Every shadow was a threat, every stranger a suspect. The fabric of the town was tearing apart under the weight of terror. Who was doing this? Why? The questions echoed everywhere. The killer was a ghost, until the truth began to surface. The town's trust was about to be shattered, or so they thought. Amid the chaos, one voice stood out. Vlado Tănăschi. As a crime reporter, he covered the murders with chilling precision. His articles revealed graphic, intimate details, the knots, the cords, the hidden locations. The public devoured his words, desperate for understanding. But soon, people noticed. Tănăschi knew things only the killer or police could know. He described details never released. Facts even some investigators didn't know. How did he know so much? Detectives grew uneasy, reading his columns as if they were confessions. It was one thing to be a good reporter, another to know the killer's secrets. The journalist covering the story was becoming the story. The man with all the answers was now the biggest question. Suspicion grew. Was Tănăschi more than just an observer? The line between reporter and suspect was vanishing. The police faced an unthinkable reality. Their trusted reporter was now their prime suspect. They watched Tănăschi, monitored his calls, and scrutinized his articles for hidden clues. His detailed reporting looked less like journalism, more like a killer boasting. Then, a chilling link emerged. All the victims were retired cleaning ladies, just like Tănăschi's mother. His relationship with her had been strained, his past marked by trauma. Was this revenge against her memory? The police needed proof. The killer had left DNA at the scenes. They brought Tănăschi in for questioning, collected his DNA from a water glass. The evidence was sent to the lab. Now, all they could do was wait. The fate of the case rested on a single strand of DNA. The DNA results were clear. Vlado Tănăschi was the killer. The man who reported on the Kičevo monster was the monster himself. Police arrested him swiftly. The town was stunned. This wasn't a stranger. It was the reporter they trusted, the man they saw every day. The betrayal was profound. He hadn't just killed, he'd manipulated their trust and preyed on their fear. Tănăschi lived a double life, respected journalist by day, predator by night. His victims resembled his mother, a macabre, symbolic act of revenge. He used his press access to stay close to the investigation, always one step ahead. His articles became trophies, a way to relive his crimes and taunt the town. He wasn't just reporting, he was curating his own horror. The ultimate act of a narcissist, a killer who needed an audience. The mask was off. The truth was out. The town's nightmare had a name, but the story wasn't over. Tănăschi was jailed, awaiting trial. The town wanted answers. Why did he do it? But just one day after his arrest, he was found dead in his cell, head submerged in a bucket of water. The official ruling suicide. But doubts lingered. How could he drown himself in a bucket with cellmates nearby? Was he silenced, or did he choose his own ending? His death left a void. No trial, no confession, no closure. The truth was buried with him. The women he murdered never saw justice. Kičevo was left scarred, haunted by betrayal. Sometimes the monsters we fear most are the ones we trust. If this story chilled you, like and subscribe for more true crime that makes you question everything.